thinking about retiring or relocating to Ecuador, the beauty, the cost of living, those things are undeniable. But what about the things that nobody goes on and on about?
Yes, in today's video, we'll break down the unspoken realities of expat life in Ecuador, from culture shocks, daily adjustments, and truth about expat life, so you'll know exactly what to expect.
Hi, this is Yemi,
And I'm Tokes.
and you are watching Joyful Life Retirement. So you've heard about the cheap living, the affordability, the beautiful climates, We all
Friendly
go,
people.
yes, the warm people. But what about the things, what is real life actually like? So we can tell you, because we've been living this life now for about 4 years, so we can tell you the truth, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes. So we'll go with reality number one, language and communication. Yes, we've always said that learning a language may not necessarily be a big issue, but honestly, it is essential if you're moving away from the tourist area of Ecuador. So if you're going to live among the people, it is better that you learn the language to avoid misunderstandings and confusions.
And even when you're staying in the expat bubble, you're going to need help. You may need taxis. You may need somebody coming in to fix something for you. You may have someone come every now and then to help with the cleaning of your home. Most of those people will not speak your language from your birth country.
Yes.
So you will need to learn some words. Yeah, you definitely need to.
It is especially important if you have to pay a visit to your doctor. We know some experts here that hire a doctor to go with them to another doctor just to interpret.
Yeah.
That is an extra
cost.
that they don't need to.
Yeah, that they may not be needed if they actually can speak the language. And as we get older, learning languages become a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
So let's be honest, unless you're, I don't know, your teens or early 20s, learning a language is a little
It's
difficult.
a little difficult, yeah.
So reality number 2, we're going on to the different pace of life. Okay, so that word, if you've been with us for a minute now, you know we've said the word tranquilo. While we may all kiki about it and clap for it, tranquilo is a slower pace of life. Okay, meaning longer waits at banks, longer waits at government establishments, anywhere that at airports, longer waits at airports. So it's great for slowing down, but let's be real. Sometimes that can be tough for some of us that are used to the rigid timeliness in our culture in the United States.
Yes. Reality number 3, infrastructure surprises. Now, where we are and in most part of Ecuador, internet speed is fast.
It really truly is.
But if you live outside the big city, you might get it's a whole different reality. You might not get it quite as fast, or you might not get it at all. Same thing with power and water interruptions. Now, on the coast here, I'm restricting myself to the coast here. On the coast here, we find that water supply is short when it's rainy season because the water tends to clog up the pipes with debris. And of course, when it's hot and there's no rain, there's power interruptions. So be prepared for that. In addition to that, the roads are not always as smooth as they are in the United States, so there are potholes and nothing gets fixed fast here.
No.
Yeah, it has to be really bad before they get fixed.
Yes. So, and then transportation, yes, there are options for cheap transportations, especially when you get away from the bigger cities like Quito or Cuenca. Those two actually have rail systems. They have tubes. But when you go to other places like Manta, Guayaquil, there are no train systems. So you have local buses running, and sometimes they may not be the cleanest when you get on them. And the fumes, sometimes you do get fumes from those things riding.
Yeah, but it does tend to be fun when people come on the buses and start hawking things.
Yes.
I always find it interesting anyway.
We do, but if you're not used to that culture, that's the thing. We want to tell you these things so you can know what exactly to expect. Not just the good parts. There are lots of good things, but the buses, while maybe cheap, they may not be in the cleanest of states, especially if you're going in one city.
Yeah,
Now,
intercity,
yeah,
intracity.
intra-city. Now, when you're traveling intercity, those buses are better looking. They always are. But then, even if they're better looking, you still have the hawking. You have vendors who come on the bus and they hawk their wares. So just be prepared. We're saying all of these things not to put you off. We want you here.
We're
but-
just preparing you for
Exactly.
what you might find.
Exactly.
Okay, reality number 4, healthcare reality. Now, healthcare is affordable and good in most cities.
Yes.
But when you go to the smaller towns, not so much. And also, you find that sometimes if you're on the public healthcare system, sometimes you have to go to different hospitals depending on what ails you. So the hospital near your area may not necessarily be the ones that you go to. You may have to travel a little bit further
Yes.
to go to to get some care that you want. And that sometimes adds time to when you get
Treatment.
Treatment.
Yes, that can add significant time. The other thing is healthcare insurances here. What we've heard from expats that have the insurance is most of those private insurances, they do not cover your treatment right away. Oftentimes the cost is reimbursed to you. So you pay and then you put in your paperwork and then they reimburse you, which for most expats that are from North America, specifically the United States, we're not used to that. Let's be honest, we're not used to it. Your insurance pays right up front in the United States, whatever it is, whatever piddle amount they're gonna pay. I couldn't resist that. Whatever piddle amount they're gonna pay, they do it right off the top. But here you have to put your money in your pocket, pay for it, and then you put in paperwork to get reimbursed.
Reality number 5, social and cultural adjustments. Now, this is a very family-oriented culture, which in and of itself is a very good thing. But note that some stores may be closed as soon as they've made enough money for the day so that they can go home and spend some time with their family. Holidays and Sundays are very different. There are lots of shops that don't even open on Sundays, especially they at the Mercado. You don't see them on Sunday.
No.
And holidays, people generally just want to travel during the holidays, so they may not open there.
And one more thing about holidays, you find that it doesn't matter what day of the week. Again, I always say eyes wide open. The holidays here just seem miraculously to be extended to either Friday or Monday.
It's always Friday and Monday, yes?
It doesn't matter what the official holiday actually is.
Yes, it might be Wednesday, but it get pushed to Friday or Monday.
Yes,
which
yes,
is good.
yes.
Now, being a gringo also comes with some curiosity as well as some assumption. But this is not an assumption. If you're a gringo, be prepared to pay a little bit more in some stores because they will try to upcharge you for whatever reason. We call it gringo tax.
Yeah, and not just stores. I mean, like the tiendas. I mean, the stores that have pricing on them, you're set. Everybody pays the price that's advertised. But when you go to the little tiendas and the little mom and pop places, that's when...
Or you want a job done in your house.
Exactly. Or you want a job done, or you're one of those expats that actually drive. You're going to the mechanic, the pricing becomes a range. It's a range. So expect that, please. Expect that. And friendships, friendships take time, but you usually find that people, once they get through that initial hurdle, you find the friendships with local people actually quite deep.
It's very deep, yes.
It's actually quite deep, so yeah.
Reality number 6, expat bubble versus local integration.
Good segue.
Yes. So, we know some Americans here that just kind of sort of want to hang around other Americans to the exclusion of the locals. We don't believe in that. We believe in integration. So when we have parties here, we have just as many locals as we have expats.
Sometimes it skews a little more to the locals. Yeah, I remember one big party we had, And I remember one of the expats asking, "Is it going to be just expat people?" I'm like, "Oh God, no."
No.
That
So,
was my that was my response.
yeah, so the deeper experiences comes from mixing with the locals. But if you just want to hang with the expats, you have that opportunity. We don't believe in that, and we believe in balancing both.
Yes, yes. Honest take. We have friendships. We've struck up really good friendships with both expats and locals, and I think that brings about a more healthy state, for social relationships. We're gonna go on to reality number 7, the financial picture. Okay, people. Yes, you've heard everybody say you can cut your costs 50, 60, 70%. Yes, that may be true, but don't come here thinking that you don't need to budget your money again.
Yes, budgeting still matters.
You will run into trouble. And every one of us has our own idea of what budgeting is. Some of us, are very strict, and we're going to write down, we're going to actually have everything written down. We're not going to go above this. If that's your MO, go for it. And some people just have a loose kind of budgeting, like, okay, I'm keeping track in my head, or I have envelopes.
That's
I have envelopes. I'm only going to use this for social things. Once the envelopes run out, then I wait till the next month. However way that works for you in your personal life, good, but make sure that you have some kind of framework for budgeting, or you can run into trouble. You
Yes.
truly can.
And also be aware that if you go shopping and if you're only dealing with American food or imported goods, they do tend to cost more.
Yes, they do.
So if you go to the local stores, you pay a little bit less, actually much less. But you go buy American or foreign made stuff, they cost more.
It's going to be higher. And the one that people always talk about here is the peanut butter. We heard it even before we got here. So if you're looking for the Jif that we eat in the United States, or what's the other one? Jif, what's the other fancy peanut butter? Look at us.
I don't even
I don't
know.
remember.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah.
regular peanut butter now is a luxury item here. But for all of these items, for most of them, there are substitutions if you're willing to be flexible.
Yes.
Like the peanut butter. Just go to the Mercado.
They have the peanut butter here, yep.
People, they grind fresh peanuts. It's fresh. You just take it and you sprinkle it on whatever you want to use
Put
it
some
on.
oil on it and you have
Exactly.
peanut butter.
Yeah, put some olive oil on it. And then you have peanut butter. That's what we do.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Reality number, oh no. Before we go on, we got to touch on rent also.
Okay.
Okay, we have to touch on real estate and rent. So people in the United States, when you rent a place, you have a contract. Everybody's on board with the contracts. You sign. You don't usually need anybody else to do anything else with the contracts. Here, there's some official things that needs to be done beyond both of you actually signing it. Okay. And the other thing that we've heard is sometimes, like the security deposit, we've heard a theme that most renters, when you leave, you don't usually get it back. You don't. So just beware. Those are the things that we've heard happening. And then for real estate, when you're buying, just make sure, first of all, there is no organized listing system.
Yes.
Online, like we have in the United States. We have the MLS in the United States, that in any state, anybody that's selling any that's selling any real estate can list the property on there. In Ecuador, we have regional sites that people can use,
yes.
but not one national one.
Yes. For the most part, not everywhere, but for the most part, everything is all cash based. So there is no mortgage, unless if you go to the bank and get a mortgage, which would be expensive as hell. But for the most part, it's you put your money down, you get the house, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So a lot of expats tend to use lawyers. Be careful. Use lawyers, do your due diligence.
Please.
Use lawyers that you can either trust or
Please.
figure out a way to get the money to whoever you're buying the money from without involving the lawyer.
Directly.
Yeah, just let them do the paperwork.
Exactly. And one big difference also here in this culture is notaries. Notaries hold considerable power here. in real estate sales. So just, I mean, it's not just the attorney, but the notary, just they hold some power here.
And we'll go on to reality number 8.
Yes. Safety and security. Okay. So in other videos you've heard me say this is not paradise. I'm gonna, because it's a myth. Paradise is a myth.
It's a myth, yeah.
Nowhere on earth is paradise, because our definition of paradise means there are no problems, right? Everything is hunky-dory, is utopia. This is not. You gotta understand your true security risks, you know, from petty crimes to huge general societal concerns. And you'll find every now and then, just like in other countries, there'll be this common crime with the bird poop, you know, where they'll throw bird poop on you, which our family actually has been a victim of in the capital city, you know, but nothing, they didn't get anything, but they tried it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they throw both poop on you and pick your pockets.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
beware of that. And when you, I mean, and the scams will change from time to time, you know, so just be aware of the risks.
And talking about petty crime, you know, really in most cases here, the crimes are crimes of opportunities. They take things that are not nailed down or locked
Exactly.
up.
Exactly.
If your bike is outside, not locked up or whatever, you can't just park it overnight outside. It may not be there tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I mean, that's for petty crime. But also there's a more serious crime of, you know, in some cities of the gangs and the drug war.
Yeah.
So just be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to say about that.
That's all we're gonna say, yeah. So then we're going on to the local law enforcement and justice system nuances. It doesn't run like clockwork, like what we all used to in our birth country of the United States. It does not. Yeah, I mean, bribery, oh, sorry, home country, not birth country. I am. So many countries, people. So many countries. Our home country. And yes, we have to state the fact that bribery and corruption is a thing here with legal law enforcement. So
Now, we have never experienced it
Yeah.
ourselves,
Yes.
but we have heard.
yeah, especially
stories.
people who drive, like the cops that stop you and do traffic checks on the road. So we cannot hone in enough about situational awareness. You're going to have a heightened state of situational awareness, because this is a foreign country to you, right? And the longer you stay here, the more comfortable you'll become, and then you can relax just a little bit.
So,
Yes.
moving to Ecuador can be life-changing. It's a very beautiful country. You will enjoy the different climates, the
Yes.
culture, everything, but knowing the realities really help you to thrive, not just survive.
Yeah, it helps a lot because you're not trying to come somewhere in a foreign place eyes closed. We want your eyes to be open so you can weigh these realities for your personal life. Don't listen to some YouTuber like us telling us, come move to Ecuador. No, we don't know your lives. You don't know our personal lives. We're presenting this information to you so you can make the best informed choice. Ecuador gives a lot, it offers a lot, but there are also realities you need to watch out for.
So, could you handle these realities, or will they make Ecuador harder for you? That is a question that you have to answer by yourself. But on the whole, we're okay here.
We're more than okay. Go on ahead and put down in the comments, you know, could you handle these harsh realities? Oh, is Ecuador off the table for you? We'd rather you have the full picture than move here, uproot yourself, and then have to retreat again. If you found this helpful, go on ahead and share the video, please. Hit like and subscribe, and hang on to watch the other video.